Hey there, how's it going? So this is my room here in Mayenfeld, Switzerland, which is about an hour outside of Zurich. As you can see, it is very, very small. Now, in this video, then I'm going to show you how you can travel in Switzerland super cheap. Now, super cheap is, of course, a relative term, and Switzerland is one of the most expensive countries in the world. So cheap in this case is going to be, not India cheap or Thailand cheap or even Berlin, Germany cheap, but I'm going to do it about as cheap as you can, other than camping perhaps, or sleeping out in the woods somewhere randomly or whatever. So my hostel in Zurich was 45 francs. The current exchange rate for the Swiss franc versus the US dollar is almost even. My room here is just 40 francs, so it is actually cheaper than the hostel in Zurich. So 40 francs is about $41 US. Now for breakfast this morning, then I had my own granola that I bought at a market here in Switzerland, and then I mix in a little bit of sugar and then just pour some water over it, and then that is it, a very simple, cheap breakfast that you can just have in your room before you head out without having to go to a restaurant or anything. And so let's call that $2, because it was like a bag of granola that will last several days. And so that means that it is 43 bucks so far that I've spent for today on my accommodation and breakfast. And now time to head out of here and head for my next destination, where I have another private room booked for the same price, 40 francs. But in that case, then breakfast is included, and I think it's going to be a pretty good breakfast, so that is great. Now, that place that I'm going to is a lodge in another small village. Mayenfeld here, as you saw at the beginning, is a little village in the Alps, and where I'm going is about an hour away driving to, I think, an even smaller place, and so you'll get some amazing views of the Alps along the way. Here's the catch, is that I'm doing this super cheap, and so I'm going to be hitchhiking. Now, I realize that that is not how most people will want to, travel in Switzerland, but the idea here is just to show some different ways of traveling and give you a taste of Switzerland, and also show you the Alps and how beautiful it is around here. It is an amazing day out there by the looks of it. And the views should be stunning along the way, driving up to this other mountain town in the Swiss Alps here. So, time to get the backpacks on the back and get rocking and rolling. And so here's the lodge that I stayed at, Hotel Hirschen. And I'm literally just going to walk right there, basically, which is a road going to a nearby village of Chur, which is about 25, 30 miles away or so. See how it goes, and then from there, then I will have to turn off of the main road onto another smaller winding road, it looks like, that I guess kind of goes up into the mountains, something like that. So it is definitely going to be an interesting day. All right, this is the spot. And in case you're curious, the price of gas, 1.44 franc per liter. That is basically about $6 per gallon. Quite a stunning scene here. Amazing to see those snow-capped peaks of the Alps. And that's the direction I'm going.
Zdravio, čujemo se, mile, i vidimo se. Javit ću se ako bude želati. Ajde, ćao.
Is in between Langwies and Arosa.
Okay.
And it's the road to Arosa. You have to take the road to Arosa. Here's Chur.
Yeah.
There's the road to Arosa.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Because the guy that dropped me off was pointing this direction. But I should go back this way. All right, this is definitely turning into a interesting day, and things are working out pretty smooth so far. So it took like 3 minutes to get that first ride, and as you could hear in that clip there, the language that the guy was speaking, he was talking on his cell phone there. He's from Montenegro. He didn't speak a word of English. He lives here in this town that I'm in now called Hur. Nice guy, and that was only like a 15-minute ride. We managed to kind of communicate a little bit. I explained I had come from Sweden and Norway and Denmark, Germany. I don't even know what the language of Montenegro is, but it sounded a lot like Italian in his accent, but definitely different. Definitely had that Balkan sound as well, and kind of Russian-ish a little bit. I don't know, just kind of a weird mix. So then I get out of the car where he dropped me off there, and then that girl was like just walking right up there, and so I asked her about the town that I'm going to next from here, called Litsuruti. I found this room online, just searching for rooms in this area, 40 bucks for a private room, and this one I think has attached bathroom, whereas the one that you saw this morning, the bathroom was down the hall. I think this one's going to be a nicer room and breakfast included, so that's amazing. What a cool little town in the Alps. Hotel Tour, I wonder how much that is. Probably not 40 francs. And so I need to find a sign pointing towards Arosa, I think it was. There it is. Straight out that way. So it's going to go up that valley there. Check it out. Awesome. And I'll mention here, trains in Switzerland are expensive. The train from Zurich to Meienfeld, where I started this video, was going to be 33 Swiss francs, so that's about $35 for a 1-hour train ride. Spicer Restaurant, Jol House. This just feels so much like the real Switzerland. It's so cool. And so $35 for a 1-hour train ride is a little spendy, and so that is why I started the hitchhiking thing here in Switzerland. I hitchhiked from Zurich to Meienfeld, and then the train from Meienfeld here to Hur was going to be $20, and it's like that was a 15-minute drive. This is a good way to save some bucks if it happens to be your thing, not for everybody. So I'm here with Sabine and Anina. Yeah?
Yeah, that's correct.
And they're from Switzerland. And you said you're from a town about an hour away.
Yeah, that's right.
And so what are you doing going up here?
Just to go on a vacation. We have a couple days off.
I see.
Yeah, just hiking, being in nature.
Yeah. Cool. Me too. Oh wow, that's a amazing. Is Litsuruti even smaller than this? It's kind of the same, a cluster of. And check this out. What a cool little village. So that lady dropped me off right at the hotel. It is right on the main road there, going up to Arosa, which is where she was going. And I will probably go up there tomorrow, because she said that that is the really spectacular view, like right at the base of the high peaks, I guess. Maybe up there, kind of. And so check it out. I have a room with a balcony, with a big old bed, flat screen TV, which I won't even use, I'm sure, and attached bathroom. in this just really classic old lodge. Anyways, $40 for this room. That is pretty damn cheap for Switzerland, and I'm going to assume that it is not always that cheap. I'm sure in high season then prices skyrocket. I don't know what the price would be here in July or August. And so I'm just going to relax a bit here, maybe hike around, and then I'm here for 2 nights, so it was $40 each night, which does include breakfast, and then I will show dinner. I will probably eat in the restaurant there, and I'm going to guess that that is not going to be all that cheap. I'm curious to see what the prices are, but probably it will be $20 to $30 for dinner. That is the typical range for Switzerland. We shall see. And check out this epic view looking down at the village of Litzeruti. A pretty high waterfall right there. And then that's my hotel right there. And then I guess the town of Arosa must be somewhere there, like maybe kind of at the base of that mountain or something, because the woman in the car said that there is a like funicle, like a gondola kind of a thing that goes up to the top of one of those ridges, or part way up or something, and then also that you can hike up there. So tomorrow I will definitely be cruising up that way and check things out, and probably get some much more epic views of the Alps even than this. So And so dinner there was at the restaurant that is attached to the hotel there, and as you could see, I got a spaghetti bolognese, which was basically the cheapest thing on the menu at 18 francs, which is about $19. So Switzerland is far from cheap. I added everything up for the day, and the total amount that I spent today was $70. Now, I realize that doesn't exactly sound super cheap, but when it comes to Switzerland, that is about as cheap as you're going to be able to get. Other than camping, buying your food at the grocery store to cut costs even more. So realistically, then you should expect that you're going to spend quite a bit more than that on your vacation in Switzerland. But just so you can see that you can in fact travel for a bit cheaper than you might expect, at least, in one of the most expensive countries in the world. All right, thanks for watching. Take it easy.